Hello, everybody. Welcome to Amazing You. I am your host, Dr. Rani Thanacoody. I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist using rapid transformational therapy method. I am a life and relationship coach. I am a past life regression practitioner, astrologer, tarot reader, breathwork coach, and life force compassion practitioner. And today I have the great pleasure to introduce you to the wonderful, to the most amazing lady that I've met, who is called Duchess DJ Love. She is from the United States. Duchess DJ Love has a platform which is called Gallivanting Like a Royal, where she shares love while exploring the world. She is a frequent traveler, freelance travel blogger, and author. And she holds an MBA and also a Bachelor of Science with specialization in commercial banking and a minor in economics. Welcome, Duchess DJ Love, to Amazing You.
Thank you, Dr. Rani. It's so nice to be here with you this evening.
It is very exciting to have you on the platform to talk to the audience. So thank you for finding the time. I know you are extremely busy traveling around the world. So thank you for sharing your time today.
Not a problem. I believe the royal listeners needs a little bit of encouragement and inspiration every so often. So if I can share some love along with my journey, then that's what I'm all about.
That is amazing. That is wonderful. Thank you. And my first question to you is if you can tell us briefly about how you decided to embark on that journey to have your platform and to do what you are doing now.
That's a great question. And I guess it goes all the way back to my childhood. Right. I would have to give Coca-Cola some credit for putting the desire to travel in my heart. Because there was this song, I like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. Yeah. And it's about sharing love with the world and bringing peace to the world. Well, my thing was, if I wasn't able to travel around the world, then how was I going to do that? So I wanted to figure out a ways where I could travel. And I didn't grow up with much. I was a very poor child. So I had to figure out ways to gallivant around the world. It's called gallivanting like a royal. It's because I had to figure out a way to travel and see this world so I could share that love. And that passion was put in me to travel and see this world and share my adventures with people. And that's what I'm trying to do now.
Wow, that is super exciting that you are able now to achieve that dream to travel around the world.
Yes.
Yes. And what has inspired you to start that? What was the thing that was the point in your life that has helped you to do that?
Okay.
Yeah.
I have had this desire to travel all my life from a child. So I have traveled the world and I've covered the United States, every state, continually do so. Okay. And when I got old enough where I could afford to travel abroad, I started going abroad. So I've been continually traveling, but this platform of mine, Gallivanting Like a Royal, to share the love, was a download from God.
Okay.
My desire was when I retired, I have worked and saved and planned to retire early because I didn't want to work my whole life. I wanted to travel most of my life. So I had planned from an early age when I started working, saving up my money, planning for it so that I wouldn't have to work my whole life. I could retire young. So I got to thinking, I'm a productive person. I'm not sitting idle. I have to have something to do. I have to have some purpose. I'm driven.
Yes.
So I'm like, what can I do while I'm traveling the world, to keep me occupied or keep me, somewhat productive? So I thought, I can post travel blogs. Granted, I had no idea how to post travel blogs or do travel blogs. I read them, but I didn't know how to do them myself. But I'm like, okay, that's in the future. I'll do that one day down the road. Well, last St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, 2022, got this download saying you need to start now.
Okay.
And it had to knock me in the head several times for me to do it because I had too much going on. Right. But, hey, I obeyed and I did it. And I'm thinking, okay, task complete. I've done it. Now, when I retire, I'll get back to that.
Yeah.
There were other plans for me. I got connected with people that I didn't know I was going to get connected with. They brought me on their TV shows. Then I was offered the opportunity to speak at a live event. And I'm like, I need something tangible to show. I'd posted a few blogs by then, but I'm like, I needed something tangible. So I created my book, Traveltude, a 30-day trip tips gratitude devotional, had it published on my own. All this I'm learning myself. Right. So I did that and it snowballs. So then people are like, oh, I want to hear more about your adventures. You need to do a YouTube show. And I'm like, I don't know how to do a YouTube show. Okay. But hey, I'm learning and here I am. It's just a process. It keeps unfolding and unraveling. And I'm learning new skills every day. And that's what I tell people. If I can do this, so can you.
Yes. And you are a great example that life is about learning and growing.
Yes.
We are continuously learning on that life journey, and we have to be flexible and being open to learning, because all sorts of things will come as we keep learning, so we keep growing as well. Because when we stop learning, that's when we start to die.
Exactly. And I don't plan on dying no time young, folks. I got more of the world to see. So I'm glad that I'm learning new things daily.
Yes. So it's important to keep the mind busy, to keep the body active, and to always be doing things. Yeah. And I would like to ask you about the book. You were talking about your book. So can you share the book so that the audience who are watching on the YouTube can see? And tell us more about that book.
Yeah, it's Traveltude, a 30-day trip tips gratitude devotional. It's in color.
Okay.
You get photos that I have taken on my journeys. You have reflection space to write, make notes. You get an inspirational quote with a travel tip. And I say that my travel tips are not only for travel, they're like life tips in general. Right. But they're tailored more to travel, but you can apply them for any part of your life. And I think they'll help with that. And that was the goal. I wanted, I have all this knowledge. I just assume everybody else has too. I don't consider myself any special or any better than anyone else. Yes. But when I travel, I find out that people don't know what I know. And so I'm like, I need to share this, help folks out, because I want everyone to see the world. Because my quote is, traveling opens doors that you didn't know needed opening. So if you don't get out of your comfort zone or go somewhere different, the world is not going to be open to you. Your mind's not going to be open. There may be opportunities, patents, something to create inside you, but you don't get outside of your world, they will not come to light.
Yes, absolutely. It's about getting out of that comfort zone. It's so easy to sit on the couch and to watch Netflix.
Yes.
And we don't learn. We just see we are just spectators and just watching people living. But getting out of our comfort zone, it's about us living life and experiencing this life, because we have only one life that we are aware of. It's this life, it's the now. So we have to make the most of it. Absolutely. So thank you so much for sharing that with us, the book, and for telling us about what it's about, what you've wrote. So you've wrote a lot of tips, sharing your journey, and that's wonderful. Thank you.
And the book is available on Amazon.com, and it's available around the world. And if you're in the States, you can also pick up a copy at Barnes & Noble.
What was the greatest experience on your travel so far? Because you will keep traveling, but up to now, what has been that most amazing experience?
Well, you touched on something that's very fascinating. And I'll just have to share that my friends line up to travel with me. Okay. The reason they line up and beg to go on trips with me is, first of all, they're going to get a good deal. Okay. I travel very frugally. I don't spend a whole lot of money, but I like to travel lavishly. Hey, I'm a royal. I got to have the best of everything.
Absolutely.
So my friends know this. They know if they go with me, they're not going to have to pay an arm and a leg. That they're going to have a great, fantastic trip. But the biggest draw that my friends like is the magical encounters that happen when you're with me.
Wow.
So every trip I go on, it has not failed yet. Something extraordinary happens. It's a gift from above that comes to me. And I believe it's because I'm open to receiving and I'm sharing love, which is the highest level and the frequency that you can be on.
Yes.
And, that's my vibe.
Yes.
But the trip, I guess I would say, had the most impact on me was my first trip to Costa Rica.
Okay. Tell us more about that. How did that have most impact on you, Duchess DJ Love?
Well, Costa Rica has a special place in my heart because when I became of age to get a job, like I said, I grew up poor. The only people that would hire me was Costa Ricans. They had moved to the States and had seafood restaurants. And, so I got a job with them. And I'll share more about that later. But they were the only ones that would give me a chance with no experience. They trained me and developed me. I mean, I have to give them a lot of credit. They gave me the skills to navigate in this world.
Right.
And they sold their businesses out and moved back to Costa Rica. Well, I had become a part of their family. They wanted me to go with them and be the nanny for their children. I'm an only child, and my parents was like, no, that's not going to happen. So when I go to college and graduate, my dad gives me the gift of a free trip anywhere I want to go. Well, I want to go to Costa Rica. My MBA thesis is on living as an expat in Costa Rica.
Right.
So when I went to Costa Rica, it was not what I thought. Granted, it was a very third world country back then. I had culture shock because I wasn't expecting what I saw, but it was beautiful. It was raw. The people had hearts of gold. I mean, it's something that I will never forget, the love that those people with nothing were willing to give me, a stranger that they did not even know.
Right.
And the gratitude for their life that they have, it just warms my heart today. So I've been back several times and I'm going back again. I just cannot get enough of Costa Rica.
Wow, that is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, very often you would see people who have very little, but they are so happy and grateful for what they have in the moment.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. And who has been for you, Duchess DJ Love, the most influential person in your life, and why?
I have to give credit to both of my parents, but I guess it's going to be my dad.
Okay.
My dad has taught me how to succeed in life, how to not let others and their opinions stop me or hold me back.
Okay.
And I write about this in my book, Money Matters, that's coming out really soon. I'm hoping on the 24th of this month, but we'll see. That's the goal. But he has installed in me business, street smarts, how to be successful, how to make and grow money, how to invest. I learned all this stuff from school and what they teach you, but I'm not going to say it's the wrong way, but I'm just going to say there's other ways of making millions versus the way the books teach you.
Yes.
And my dad taught me that.
Wow. That is a great, really influential person who taught you about how to live life,
Yes.
Yes, because
I have to give Sir Jerry and Lady Lexi some credit. Lady Lexi taught me how to love and save. And my dad, Sir Jerry, gave me the worldly knowledge of how to survive in this world.
Yes. Wow. And what are the 3 qualities, Duchess DJ Love, that you admire in your dad? And if you can give us some examples of each one of them.
My dad is very generous.
Right.
Very helpful.
Okay.
And since we become successful, we have not become greedy. We have not become selfish. We're still the same down-to-earth people that our soul was when we were poor. And we help people now. My dad has helped so many people have a home that they could not get otherwise. Right. We would lend them money, other words, they'll buy the property from us. We work with them to make their payments, and just because they missed a few payments, we didn't foreclose on them. We didn't kick them out because, life happens. Yes. And, people are struggling, and we were blessed, the way do we see it, to be a blessing to others. And this is our way that we give back to the community. Granted, we're getting a return, a profit on what we're doing, but we're making a way for others to have that American dream that they want. They want a home and to provide a legacy for their children. Mm-hmm. We help provide that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing about the qualities that your dad have. I think generosity, helping people, these are really important qualities. Yes. And Duchess DJ Love, can you share with us what quote has helped you in challenging times?
Let's see.
I'm sure you would have a lot of quotes.
Yes, I read a lot. I'm an avid reader. I try to read a book a week. Wow. And here's another thing. Books come to me.
Yes. So tell us about books then.
Yeah. Books come to me. Mm-hmm. And just because I get a book today, let's say you gift me a book for whatever, we're meeting and you say, hey, this is a great book. Go read it. I can try to read it, but if it's not the right time for me, I can't get past a few pages.
Yes.
But so that book will go sit on my bookshelf. When the time is right, that book will call me to read it. Yes. That's what gives me my inspiration. That's what gives me knowledge that I will need at the time, because I didn't need that knowledge when it was first given to me. But the universe or God knew that later on I would need that information. I would need that quote. I would need that phrase. I would need that information. Mm-hmm. So it comes to me that way. And that's the things that, help me and, keep me going. And the knowledge comes to me just when I need it.
Oh, that's beautiful. And what is the book that has impacted you the most, Duchess DJ Love, and why?
Quantum Success.
Okay.
It sounds like it's all about physics, but it's all about relatively how things in this universe work to come together, how our mind, our thoughts play a big part in what we do. We may not think that it plays a big part, but it does. It's like our minds put things into motion. Absolutely. And so if you dwell on negative things, guess what? Like they say about karma, it's going to come to you. Yeah. So you have to focus on being successful. You have to get a plan of action, and you have to change your mindset that's saying, this is what I want. This is good, and be happy. You got to create those joyful impressions so that they'll come forth.
I think that's a great point that you made, that we have to focus on positive things and being happy, mm-hmm. because our mind has been so conditioned to think negative, So many people, they've been so conditioned to think negative that that's all they can think. They think of what is worse, what is the worst thing that is going to happen next. But it is a process of changing our thoughts, because when we change our thoughts, we change our life. So changing our thoughts, thinking positive, thinking good thoughts to create the life, because we are the creator of our life.
Yes.
We create our destiny. So everything is in our hands.
Yes.
And we can't blame other people for that.
Mm-mm.
It's about...
And the touch on...
Yes, go on, Duchess.
Oh, I'm sorry. And to touch on that just a little bit, let's just say that, I'm no expert, okay? Yeah. I don't have this mindset thing down pat. I'm human, okay? I have my flaws, and I'm just like you. Negative thoughts impact me as well.
Yes.
Here's a real life situation. Last year in Texas, I live in Texas, so it gets hot in the summers. Mm-hmm. My air conditioner went out, so I had to buy a brand new unit. They're not cheap. At least 10 grand. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. You need to have money for emergency funds.
Yes.
Well, guess what was the first thing that hit me? You don't have the money to pay for that. Mm-hmm. How are you going to afford that air conditioner? Mm-hmm. So then here's stress coming on me, before I have a chance to deal with my thoughts. And the first thing I do is call my daddy. Hey, run to daddy. Hey, Daddy, it's going to cost me $10,000 for this AC. What am I going to do? Are you going to help me pay for it? He takes a deep breath and calms me down. He goes, sure, daughter, I'll help you out. Not a problem at all. And then we talk a little bit about it. And he's asking me how everything else in life is going. Takes my mind off of, the problem at hand.
Right.
And then after I'm calm and we're laughing and we're talking, he goes, I have a question for you. I'm like, okay. You make an excellent salary, right? I'm like, yes, I do. He goes, you have plenty of savings in the bank, right? I'm like, yes, I do. He goes, you have more than enough to cover that AC unit, right? And I'm like, yeah, I do. He goes, and doesn't your credit card, you could pay for that unit 3 times on your credit card? I'm like, yes, I can. He goes, then why are you worried about money? But see, folks, I come from poverty. That mindset is still in me, embedded in me. So when something impacts me like that, it reverts back to what it knows. So I have to get out of that mindset and change it. And this was a real life example that my dad kind of brought me out of that so I wouldn't be worried about dispensing because I had the money to pay for it. My mind was not processing that part. It was taking me back to a time when I didn't have the money, when I would have truly been scared and worried, like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
Yes. I think you gave a great example because that's what the mind does.
Yeah.
It will always go back to what is familiar. And what was familiar to you was not having the money because you live like that for a long time. And thinking of having the money is something new to your mind, It's like conditioning your mind now I have money. So that's why in those moments you're still being triggered. It's absolutely normal. It's absolutely normal. Yes. It's about how your dad helped you to change that, to shift that, and to think positive. Yeah. It's really, really great. Like you said, you went to your dad, and for anybody of us who have those kind of situations, find somebody that is a safe place. That is a safe place. That is a person that you feel comfortable, that can calm you down and help you to shift that. Because it's only like with compassion and love that we can shift our traumas. And having somebody like your dad, somebody who cares about you, who loves you, that would help you to heal yourself. Absolutely. What a beautiful story. Thank you.
I just hope it helps someone because I know when you're struggling to change your mindset, you're like, they think, oh, we got it all together. Well, we do have it together most of the time. Like I said, this was an example of something that kind of derailed my thought processes really quickly. And if I hadn't talked to my dad, I might have, would have gone worry, panic, ate a whole bunch of ice cream trying to calm me down, which is not helpful. But you use your coping mechanisms when something like this happens.
Yes. Yeah. It is a way of you coping is to get stress. It's because the nervous system is used to that. So that's why it was so good that you went to your dad and he calmed you down, calm your nervous system, and then help you to think differently. Yes, thank you. And Duchess DJ Love, what would you today say to anybody who is watching and listening? What would you like to tell them to encourage them? Because many people are facing some really tough times at this time. Even after the pandemic, people are going through some really, really big challenges. What would you tell them to encourage them today?
Well, first of all, if you're listening out there and you're one of the 8 million people on this wonderful earth, I love you. And I love you some more. Just know that you're loved and believe in yourself. Yeah. If there's a dream inside of you, it will happen. If you believe in yourself, you take action and move forward. Don't let anything, don't let the negative thoughts stop you. Don't let your family and friends stop you because they will. Not meaning to and not being mean, but they know you at a certain level. And when you try to get out of that level, then, they're thinking they're saving you, but they're hindering you. So think of it like that. The naysayers are going to come. The negative thoughts are going to come. But believe in you. Trust your instincts. You do your research and you follow through. Do not let anybody deter you from that. Believe in yourself. That is so important.
I love that. I love that you said that you love everybody and that they need to believe in themselves and not to let themselves being influenced by naysayers around. Yes, absolutely. What a beautiful message. Thank you.
Thank you.
And can you, Duchess DJ, the last question, tell us more about all the great things that you do and how can people contact you, and also tell us about your TV show on e360tv.com. Please.
Okay. Yes. Well, again, I love everybody and I want to share the love. I want to be an inspiration. And again, I believe I'm blessed to bless others. I believe I was a chosen vessel to things to come to me so I can share it, because I'm not selfish. I'm very grateful. I get up every morning and, thank my lucky stars for today. I didn't have air conditioning this morning when I woke up. And remember, I just paid a whole bunch of money last year for a new AC unit. Yeah. It wasn't working this morning. I have my mom who has dementia. So I'm so grateful that the house remained cool enough for us to stay in it, because I didn't want to have to take her and disrupt her world. I'm grateful that she didn't fall apart and she was okay. So I start my morning off with gratitude, and I suggest you do the same, because if you start counting your blessings and being grateful for what you have now, more will come. My show, Gallivanting Like a Royal, is where we discuss travel inspiration and how to live a royal lifestyle. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. It's on my website, gallivantinglikearoyal.com. It's on Apple Fire TV, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, Roku, Google Play, Android. It's on all these different channels, so you can catch it somewhere. You can always catch the replay, though, on my website, gallivantinglikearoyal.com. I post blogs there, too, with travel tips, credit card tips. Like I just posted a blog about dementia travel tips, because my mom has dementia. There's folks that want to travel. The holidays are coming up. So I give you tips on how to make that experience bearable for both of you, because it can be extremely stressful on you and the patient. So you got to kind of know the triggers and how to handle those. I had a real life example that threw us both off on Saturday flying those friendly skies. I discussed that in the show. But the show is to give some interviews of people that can give you ways to improve your life and help your life, while I share some travel inspiration. I'll show you videos and clips of where I've been, what I'm doing, how I got there. I also have other travel folks to come on. Like I had one with cruise tips for first-time cruisers. I know someone that's a expert cruiser, and she has lots of tips to share. So we shared those. These are the kind of things my show brings to you. I want it to be fun, uplifting. I want you to live that royal lifestyle. I want you to feel the love through my energy, my vibes, my travels, and always something magical happens. So you don't want to miss this. You want to be a part of it. You can comment in the chats. You can get in touch with me on Facebook at Duchess DJ Travels, Gallivanting Like a Royal. YouTube, Duchess DJ Travels, Gallivanting Like a Royal. You can catch. It's all about gallivanting like a royal, hence the crown. Yes. And the reason I wear this crown is to represent that I'm royal. You're royal too, whether you know it or not. It's our birthright. I don't care who your God is. Your God does not want you to be downtrodden and poor. Your God wants you to be blessed so you can give and give and give some more. And that's what I am. That's what I represent. Love. Again, I want to share the love with the world. It's all about the love.
Thank you so much, Duchess DJ, for sharing that. And what is one last thing that came to my mind I need to ask you? Whether you travel locally or internationally, is there one tip that you can share with the audience and with me? Because I do love traveling too, and I'm sure the audience love traveling as well. We've all traveled at some point. So what is the one tip that you can give us so that we can have a great travel?
Well, if you're flying those friendly skies, expect turbulence. And what I mean by turbulence is not the turbulence that you're thinking about. Pack patience, because the airlines are unstable. All of them, no matter which one you're flying. They don't have enough help. They don't have enough mechanics to fix the issues. They cannot control the weather. So everything snowballs. And so if you have to be somewhere, you better go early. Mm-hmm. If you have to go international and you have to be, say, at a conference or meet a cruise ship, you better go 2 days prior to make sure you get there. And when you're traveling and things go wrong, because they will, just think of the people that you have to encounter. Like me, I missed my flight because of mechanical issues. I didn't go to the customer service people and take it out on them. They're there to do their job, and they probably done had 1,000 people ahead of me, And I'm just like, hey, I'm glad you're working today. I really need your help. I need to get home. My mom has dementia. Is there any way you can help me? I know it's not your fault, but if there's any way you can work something in that computer, please do. And, if you take that approach, people are more likely to bend rules to get you what you need.
Yes.
So just remember, you might be upset and you want to take it out on someone. Just go in the restroom and holler in the restroom. But don't take it out on anybody that's trying to help you. I don't care how sour their attitude is, because you got to realize what they may have gone through before you got to them.
Yes, I think that's a great tip on our travel, because there's always something happening. It doesn't go the way we want it to go. And It's about our attitude when we encounter those things, having a positive attitude in whatever circumstances. Yes.
But if you don't mind, I would like to get a second tip that's financially related.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I want you to be financially responsible. Get a credit card that gives you rewards, and pay that credit card off each month timely, so you don't incur late fees, you don't incur interest. Make your money work for you. Using a credit card is one of my tools that I tell people to do. Get your credit card with benefits. I fly first class across the pond to Europe with my miles. I pay for other things, but I fly first class. I do not want to be on a plane for 8 hours sitting in coach. I can do it, don't get me wrong, but that's not my cup of tea. Hey, I'm a royal here. I got to fly first class going. Coming back, you can throw me in coach. I don't mind. But going to my destination, I want to be relaxed. I want to be comfortable, and I want to be fresh when I hit the ground to sightsee or start my vacation. So get a credit card with benefits. And if you're going to be royal, you got to be loyal. So if you want to max out those points, choose one company that you want to fly that meets your needs. And just because it's a cheaper flight or what I call the low fare budget airlines, I don't suggest taking those.
Okay.
Reason why is if your flight gets delayed or canceled for whatever reason, they're not going to put you on another airline that may have a vacant seat. You have to wait for their company to open up. Like I fly American. If I fly American and my flight's canceled, let's say United or Delta has a spot and I need to get there, they will put me on United or Delta to get me where I need to be.
Right.
Just keep that in mind when you're traveling. Buy travel insurance too, if you can't afford to lose your money, or it's going to incur you some headaches to get a hotel if your flight's canceled. Sorry, that was more than one.
Yes, that was more than one, and that was great tips as well, like having the right credit card with benefits. I didn't know about that. And yes, and that's so important. And fly with a good airline. That's what I always do, with the best airline, because with them you don't have to worry. And I remember one time I was flying with Emirates, and the plane was delayed, but they gave us food, and it's like they cater for their passengers. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Duchess DJ Love, I am so excited that you have been on the platform. You have taken your time to share your story and what you do, and I would like to say thank you so much today. It's been an honor to have you on Amazing You platform, and thank you to the audience, and a big thank you to Duchess DJ Love, and I wish you a lot of success, even more travel coming in the future, more new adventures for you.
Thank you.
And all the best with your second book. Is it your second book coming out?
It's my second book, Money Matters. Make your money work for you.
Wow, I'll keep an eye on that. And I wish you the very, very best in everything that you do. Thank you.
Likewise.
You and to the audience. And thank you for the audience for being always here, for watching, sharing, and subscribing. We'll see you all very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.